passion really started with Jaguar when in the 1950s we won Le Mans 5 times. I think that if we're to keep the passion alive, we have to keep demonstrating from time to time that we're capable of doing that.
I was an absolute car nut from being able to walk before I could talk almost.
I've been a fanatic of Jaguars for, I would say 15 years.
30 years.
13 years.
22 years.
30 years.
My father worked here for around about 28 years. My sister also worked at Jaguar Cars. Her husband also works at Jaguar. Cousins, close relatives, uncles, they work at Jaguar.
The car itself, the E-Type, is one of the best cars I've ever made.
I absolutely loved, adored the two-seater coupe E-Type. It was a beautiful car, one which I wish I had kept.
You expect a Jaguar to be something which is sensuous, feline, but when it's stood there on the driveway, it's already doing 100 miles an hour.
It's about muscle and subtlety, a sense of animalesque forms, the flowing forms, or no hard edges, no abrupt shifts of plane and angles. The car is truly conceived three-dimensionally, and that's the way we actually work with it. We sculpt the car, we do not construct the car. I think Jaguarness is about the ability to see a new Jaguar and recognize it instantly.
Jaguar has the first pick of the veneer from anybody else.
With a wooden inlay that's done by hand. The edge is cut by hand, the wood is inlaid by hand and pushed in by hand, it's then varnished by hand. Each car set is matched uniquely for that particular car set.
Mirror matching is where we bring the two pieces together, and this side are exactly the same. This is a thing that's been done within Jaguar long before I came here, and it's unique to Jaguar.
If you went into the wood shop, they would tell you that in fact what we do is we actually sell cars as a means of displaying their wood, not building wood to enhance the vehicle.
When I first joined Jaguar and was introduced to some of the Jaguar customers, the thing that surprised me was that they loved the product, you know, in terms of the vehicle, but they would be telling you all of the problems that they'd had. I mean, it was sort of, if you went to any evening, they would be swapping war stories about, you know, I had the transmission fail or I had some other thing. And this seemed to be something which was, you know, part of owning a Jaguar. That love of the product has come through, though, and now that we're able to give, you know, a quality, a much higher quality than they've ever seen before, they're not going to have so much opportunity to tell those tales, I'm afraid. But in fact, it may make one or two people a little unhappy.
There is no comparison between the car I drive now and the car I drove back in 1984 when I arrived. The interaction you have with the car is just so much more refined now and much more consistent.
We've worked very closely with Ford to make sure we get out of the big company the things that big companies can bring without losing the things that you get in a smaller group. They brought us a lot of good processes in manufacturing, which we've been able to take and mold in a Jaguar kind of way.
We've got a totally new electric system, but we've also been able to put in a self-diagnostics system that ensures that we can check even for intermittent faults.
Quality should not be some retroactive checking event. It has to be baked in to the style right at the start of the process, and if you don't, you're in trouble downstream.
It's actually quite awesome when you start with a clean sheet of paper and you think, okay, what do we want? What do our customers want? And once we've decided it needs to be a 4-litre engine and a V8 engine and so on, we could then start to put the assembly schemes together, make sure it was going to fit in the vehicle, and then get into every little detail. And you only make a very good, an outstandingly good engine by attention to every little detail.
The huge change, of course, is the powertrain. We introduced the V8 engine in the XK8. That engine is now going to be the heart of Jaguar.
We've gone up to 290 horsepower, we've improved the fuel consumption, we've reduced the weight of the engine dramatically, and of course we've improved the quality of the engine.
V8 is silky smooth, but at the same time has got enough GGs under there to blow your socks away.
So really we've got a V8 engine here which is going to push this car faster than the V12 did, and on the other hand it's got better fuel consumption than the 6-cylinder it replaces. So you're getting the best of every world.
It's the totality of the engine that makes it special. It's not one single feature, it's every little bit, every attention to detail.
The 98 model year is faster, it's quieter, the suspension is more refined, the steering gives a far better sense of control. The whole bundle put together just says to you, this is a Jaguar.
We've made the interior quite a lot different. We've blended it with the exterior.
On the interior of the car, from a style point of view, we've moved forward. Much more rounded, smooth looks, much more contemporary on the inside.
You feel very good the minute you step in the car. In fact, you feel good before you step in the car because the look of the car is just gorgeous.
Now we're in an XJR, the supercharged version of the XJ8 sedan. And the XJR is the ultimate expression of what we can make a Jaguar do.
Its 0 to 60 is 5.4 seconds and it's just a great car to drive.
What we've tried to do very hard with this car is to capitalize on the performance of the AJ V8 and the new gearbox and new final drive.
If it had to be summed up in one word, I would say it was elegance. It says that yes, I can do everything that is necessary to do in the world, but I shall do it in a stylish, low-key, understated, elegant manner.